Hello, my name is Brother Sean, and I'm an enclosed contemplative lay monastic Franciscan. Oh, a bit of a mouthful, isn't it? But I want to offer this as a gift to World Earth Day, which is Sunday the 22nd of April. That's tomorrow. It's a gift from my heart and from the hearts of all our brothers and sisters around the world who've embraced a simpler lifestyle, following in the footsteps of Jesus, the barefoot Galilean, the cosmic Christ. And we model our lives not only on those wonderful teachings, the Beatitudes, but also influenced very much by the life of Francis of Assisi. And here I would like to say something about this beautiful earth, this free gift from the Creator, Father, Mother, God. Earth is a sanctuary. It is a place wherein lives the Supreme, even in the insignificant blade of grass. We worship in a sanctuary that is wider than the walls of our monasteries, our church, a sanctuary we call earth. And according to Isaiah chapter 6, verse 3, the whole earth is filled with God's glory, the invisible, visible presence of God pulsating through creation. And our invocation for this wonderful, wonderful event, we entered this sanctuary we call earth to worship and invoke the name of this loving Father, Mother, God, the Creator, the cosmic Christ and Spirit, whose presence fills our planet. And we sing a sanctus, conscious of earth as our sanctuary and God's glory presence filling this sacred place. God's glory may have been seen in the past, at certain times, in certain sacred places on earth, such as the tabernacle or the temple. This text, however, makes it clear that God's glory, God's presence, may be seen in all the earth. Another earth reading that I would like to share with you that records a similar truth about creation in Psalm 19. The psalmist begins, "The skies keep announcing the glory of God. The firmament proclaims his creation. Day talks to day and night communicates with night. There is a speech, but no words. Their voice is not heard, yet their voice goes out through all the earth, and their words to the end of the world." According to this psalm, the skies above are conscious of the glory of God, the silent shimmering presence of God in creation. Night and day echo their message about God's presence, but all in silence. Communication is experienced throughout creation, even when no vocal words are spoken. Creation is conscious of us as a sanctuary. We need to begin, I believe, with the theology of sanctuary. We need to commence with a theology that focuses on worship if we are to change our orientation to this endangered planet called Earth. We need to become conscious of this sacred place where we worship a sanctuary infused by the love of the Supreme. A sanctuary we know is a holy sacred place, a location where the presence of God or the other is experienced, a domain safe for flora and fauna, including humans, and a spiritual home where worship can be enjoyed. All creation is sacred. All that exists has emerged as an expression of God's word. All of nature is sustained by God's Spirit. The entire cosmos bears the design of God's wisdom, and everything, everywhere, has been touched by God, the Creator. There are other traditions, however, that God's visible presence permeating creation and earth in particular, and a classic text is sung by the seraphs in the temple during Isaiah's spectacular vision. Holy, 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 Lord of hosts, the whole earth is full of God's glory. Creation both hides and reveals God's presence. God is not only the creator, God also wears creation like a total mask. God's presence is veiled behind all of creation for those with eyes to see. And according to Isaiah chapter 6 verse 3, the whole earth is filled with that glory, that impulse to reveal God's presence. That means I believe that not only is earth spiritual, filled with divine presence, but that earth has a hidden impulse to reveal that presence to those willing to see or hear, to feel or discern it. That means that when we wander out into the bush or the mountains or the ocean, away from heavy human distractions, we too may be able to sense the presence filling all of earth. The presence is here on earth, not in some distant heaven. Earth is a chosen sanctuary of God, a sanctuary in which we worship. If earth is indeed God's sanctuary, then we have the opportunity to see God's presence all around us. Isaiah went into the sanctuary in Jerusalem to experience God's presence. We now know that earth is also God's sanctuary. We are living in God's chosen planet. If we open our eyes of faith to behold the clouds, the forests and rocks anew, we should be able to see God's visible presence in all of us. And if our spirit becomes sensitive to this earth as God's sanctuary, we can become conscious of God's glory in the soil as well as the sunset, the fronds of a fern, as well as the eyes of a lion. We know that when we embrace the Supreme as Franciscans, we come to God through the Cathedral of Nature, where Mother Earth, Gaia, with all the nature spirits, tree divas, elementals and fairies, people might laugh at us when we say that nature is the cathedral of God and that the birds who sing are the choristers of the cathedral of God on earth. So it makes sense for me to embrace God not just in a building, but in nature, in the forests, the woodlands, by a lake, by the river, to watch the sun come up and the sun go down. No wonder St. Francis had such a love affair with nature, and he named Brother Sun and Sister Moon. A theology of sanctuary recognizes the whole earth as sacred, as a planet chosen to preserve all forms of life. Earth is not only filled with God's presence, but with an infinite number of living presences that God has selected to live here. Earth is a sanctuary, where the sacredness of all life is to be revealed. For Christians, of course, The most powerful revelation of God's presence is seen in the person of Jesus Christ. The incarnation is not only the Word made flesh, but also God's glory revealed. A rich consciousness of earth as God's sanctuary can help us experience God's living presence in creation and in worship. And I wish you all a blessed Earth Day, and may it be a new day wherein we experience the touch of God.